Israel's precision naval air power faces off against China's massive aircraft carrier fleet. In this clash of technology and strategy, advanced drones, fighter jets, and missile systems will define who dominates the seas. Size meets precision in a battle that challenges modern naval warfare like never before. Welcome back to the channel. We're diving into one of the most intriguing naval comparisons in the world versus China, focusing on aircraft carriers and naval air power. These two nations have completely different approaches to maritime dominance. Israel operates a relatively small but technologically advanced navy, relying heavily on precision, cutting-edge drones, air power to control the battlefield. China, by contrast, has been expanding rapidly, building multiple aircraft carriers and supporting fleets capable of projecting power across the globe. Understanding these differences is essential because naval warfare is no longer just about the size of your ships. It's about the integration of air power, missiles, electronic warfare, and advanced tracking systems. In this video, we'll analyze the strengths, weaknesses, and strategies of each side, how Israel's precision-focused tactics might counter China's sheer size and firepower. By the end, you'll have a clear picture of how modern naval dominance is measured and why air power, whether from carriers or drones, has become the game changer in maritime strategy. China has rapidly transformed its navy from a regional coastal defense force into a blue water powerhouse capable of projecting power globally. Central to this expansion are its aircraft carriers, which serve as mobile air bases at sea. These carriers can deploy dozens of fighter jets, warning aircraft, and helicopters to control large areas of the ocean. Alongside carriers, China has invested heavily in advanced naval aviation, including J-15 carrier-based fighters, which can perform strike missions, intercept enemy aircraft, and conduct reconnaissance. China's strategy emphasizes mass, sustained operations, and integrated fleet support. Carriers don't act alone. They're backed by destroyers, submarines, and missile systems, forming a multi-layered defense and offense. China to dominate sea lanes, enforce maritime claims, and project force far from home ports. Importantly, air power is designed for both defensive and offensive operations, making its carriers the centerpiece of naval strategy. However, large fleets have vulnerabilities, particularly in coordination, detection by modern missile systems, and susceptibility to precision strikes. Understanding China's naval air power is crucial before analyzing how Israel could respond, because sheer size and numbers are only one part of the battle equation at sea. Israel's naval strategy is fundamentally different from China's. With a smaller coastline and limited naval assets, Israel cannot rely on massive fleets or aircraft carriers. Instead, it focuses on precision and technological superiority. Israeli naval forces integrate missile boats, submarines, drones, and fighter jets to create an agile, highly responsive force capable of striking first and retreating quickly. Israeli naval air power emphasizes advanced targeting systems, long-range precision missiles, and drone operations that can detect, track, and disable larger enemy vessels from a distance. The Israeli Air Force complements naval operations with multi-role aircraft capable of air superiority, surveillance, and precision strikes. Israel an asymmetric advantage against larger fleets. In addition, Israel's focus on cyber warfare, electronic jamming, and intelligence operations ensures that it can exploit vulnerabilities in larger navies. This approach allows Israel to challenge much larger adversaries by creating uncertainty, disrupting command structures, striking with pinpoint accuracy. By combining speed, technology, and intelligence, Israel's naval forces demonstrate that in modern warfare, effectiveness often outweighs sheer numbers, making its air power and precision-focused strategy a formidable counter to even the largest naval fleets. Aircraft carriers are the crown jewels of any naval fleet. China's carriers serve as mobile air bases, extending the reach of their fighter jets, surveillance aircraft, and helicopters far beyond coastal waters. They allow for continuous operations, including air superiority missions, long-range strike capability, and reconnaissance. A single carrier can project power over hundreds of miles, coordinating with other ships to form a fleet capable of sustained dominance. Israel, lacking carriers, relies on land-based air power and rapid deployment naval units. However, this doesn't make them defenseless. IL's strategy focuses on leveraging smaller platforms, drones, precision missiles to neutralize larger threats before they can use their full power. In a confrontation, are both a strength and a liability. They are high-value targets, relatively slow to maneuver, and heavily dependent on supporting fleets. Israeli precision, guided munitions, advanced targeting systems, and intelligence could threaten carrier operations by disabling their aircraft, DAR systems, or supply chains. Understanding these dynamics is critical because carrier capability defines the operational range and impact of naval air power. But it also exposes vulnerabilities that highly agile forces like Israel can exploit. The balance between carrier strength and tactical precision is central to modern naval warfare. Naval dominance is not just about ships, it's about the air above them. China's carrier-based fighters like the J-15 provide both air-to-air and air-to-surface capabilities, filling the skies around fleets and launching precision strikes on distant targets. These aircraft are supported by radar systems, electronic warfare suites, and airborne early warning platforms, allowing China to detect enemy movements and respond effectively. Israel, on the other hand, uses land-based jets, drones, and missile systems to extend air power over the sea, despite not having carriers. Their aircraft, such as the F-35I Deer, offer stealth, precision, and advanced targeting, giving Israel the ability to strike critical components of larger fleets, including aircraft on carriers. The key difference lies in strategy. China relies on sustained, large-scale operations where overwhelming air presence dominates the theater, while Israel focuses on pinpoint strikes, rapid response, tactical disruption. In modern naval engagements, controlling airspace determines who can defend and maneuver freely. Israeli tactics exploit this by targeting key nodes, limiting China's ability to project carrier-based air power effectively. Precision, speed, superior intelligence often outweighs sheer numbers in air combat scenarios over maritime regions. Drones and unmanned systems have revolutionized naval warfare. Israel has invested heavily in naval drones capable of reconnaissance, warfare, and precision strikes. These unmanned systems can scout large areas, relay real-time intelligence, and attack high-value targets, ships and aircraft, without risking personnel. China also employs drones, but its focus is more on augmenting carrier operations rather than independent tactical strikes. Israeli drones create asymmetric advantages, exploiting vulnerabilities in larger fleets and allowing precise targeting of critical systems, radar, or weapon platforms. In addition, modern naval technology such as satellite tracking, cyber warfare, and electronic countermeasures enhances Israel's capability to anticipate enemy movements and neutralize threats efficiently. The combination of drones, missile systems, integrated intelligence gives Israel a unique edge in controlling engagement ranges and response timing. While China's carriers provide overwhelming firepower, they are susceptible to highly coordinated drone and missile attacks, especially from a technologically advanced opponent. Modern naval confrontations now depend less on the size of fleets and more on the ability to integrate air power, unmanned systems, precision, guided technology to dominate the operational environment. Submarines add another layer to naval power projection. China operates nuclear and conventional submarines capable of long-range attacks, surveillance, and fleet protection. Submarines increase strategic flexibility and act as hidden threats to surface fleets. Israel, though smaller, has a highly advanced submarine fleet equipped with air-independent propulsion and long-range cruise missiles. These submarines emphasize stealth, intelligence gathering, and precision strikes, allowing Israel to threaten even larger adversaries without engaging in open combat. Submarines can operate undetected near enemy fleets, gather real-time intelligence, and launch targeted missile strikes against high-value vessels, including carriers. In a confrontation with China, Israel's submarines could exploit the size and predictability of carrier groups, using stealth and precision to neutralize threats before a full-scale engagement occurs. This asymmetric approach demonstrates how advanced technology, intelligence, and tactical ingenuity can counter sheer numerical advantage. Submarines, combined with drones, missile systems, and air power, form a layered defense and offense strategy that maximizes effectiveness while minimizing exposure. This multi-dimensional capability is essential for smaller navies to compete with much larger fleets, highlighting the evolving nature of modern naval warfare. Sustaining naval operations is as critical as firepower. Carrier fleets require massive logistical support, including supply ships, fuel, munitions, and maintenance units. Ability to sustain operations far from home ports is a significant advantage, allowing China to maintain a persistent naval presence. However, this reliance on supply lines is also a vulnerability. Disrupting logistics can cripple fleet effectiveness. Israel, with its smaller navy, does not require such extensive supply chains, but depends on rapid deployment, precision strikes, and intelligence-driven operations. Israeli forces can operate efficiently in localized theaters, striking high-value targets and withdrawing before China's fleet can respond effectively. This contrast highlights the difference between size-driven naval power and precision-driven naval power. While China can dominate large areas through sheer numbers and logistical endurance, Israel leverages technology, speed, precision to disrupt and degrade adversaries efficiently. Modern naval power is as much about managing resources and sustaining operations as it is about deploying firepower. Israel's approach demonstrates that smaller forces can maintain operational effectiveness without massive logistics, relying instead on adaptability, intelligence, and rapid strike capability. When comparing Israel and China's naval capabilities, defines the outcome more than raw numbers. China can project force with its carriers, overwhelm regional threats, and sustain prolonged operations across distant waters. Israel, however, can neutralize larger forces using precision strikes, advanced drones, submarine stealth, and superior intelligence. In a hypothetical confrontation, Israel would likely avoid direct engagement with China's carrier groups, focusing instead on disruption tactics, targeting aircraft on carriers, systems, radar arrays, and supply vessels. By limiting China's operational reach, Israel could prevent carriers from dominating the theater. The integration of air power, drones, submarines, electronic warfare allows Israel to maximize efficiency and maintain a tactical edge despite smaller numbers. This scenario underscores a critical point in modern naval warfare. Technological superiority, precision, and adaptability often outweigh fleet size. While China's carriers represent overwhelming firepower and operational endurance, Israel's asymmetric tactics exploit vulnerabilities, demonstrating that even the largest naval forces can be challenged effectively when innovation and strategy lead the engagement. Understanding these dynamics highlights why modern naval power is increasingly measured by versatility and precision rather than sheer tonnage. In conclusion, the comparison between Israel and China's naval forces illustrates a fundamental truth about modern warfare. Size alone does not guarantee dominance. China's aircraft carriers and naval air power project global influence, sustain operations, provide overwhelming firepower. Israel, with its smaller but highly advanced navy, focuses on precision, drones, submarines, and intelligence-driven tactics to counter larger adversaries. The clash between sheer numbers and technological precision reveals how asymmetric strategies can level the playing field. Based air power dominates through reach and volume, but small, agile, and technologically superior forces like Israel's can exploit vulnerabilities, disrupt operations, achieve decisive outcomes with minimal exposure. Modern naval engagements are no longer just battles between ships. They involve integrated air power, unmanned systems, electronic warfare, operations, and precision-guided munitions. This means even the most massive fleets must account for the unpredictable and innovative tactics of smaller, but highly capable adversaries. Found this breakdown fascinating, insightful, and full of naval strategy insights. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth military analyses and technology comparisons. The notification bell so you never miss a video on modern warfare, cutting-edge naval technology, and strategic conflicts around the world.